What's up, guys? A few things to update you on. First and foremost, it's been 1 month since the launch of ZENA. First airdrop is coming up. Snapshot is on the 22nd of December, and then the airdrop will be distributed on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. And holders, this is a little bit of alpha, there is going to be an NFT collection that is going to roll out. It's going to have to do, it's not going to be a ZENA NFT collection, but it is going to be complementary to ZENA, and ZENA holders will be whitelisted for those NFTs. So continue to hold your ZENA. If you have $10 worth of ZENA, you're qualified for this airdrop, and there's going to be more information about the NFT collection coming up. And that's going to be the second part to a 3-part project. So believe me, I've thought about the game theory of this a lot, as far as you got to drive demand to these different assets, and they have to be complementary to each other, and you have to set this up at the end to where it'll perpetuate itself through any kind of ups and downs, any kind of chop, any kind of bear market. So believe me, I've thought a lot about this. Again, if you're new to this channel, I've been in crypto for over 11 years, and seen a lot of these projects come and go. Seen a lot of projects here recently, actually, that fumbled on the 1-yard line. So not trying to make that mistake, trying to build value, and got a lot of some of the initial investors, not that they went crazy deep, but the people that are in position have a lot of contacts and have a lot of clout in the crypto space and just in business in general. So that being said, that's kind of the roundup for ZENA related stuff. I'm going to be rolling stuff out on the other social media platforms as well. I do have to tell you about a new social media platform that's crypto related, is arena.social. I'd posted a post a week ago on Steam, Blurt, and Hive saying, where is everybody? Because, you know, Bitcoin hit 107,000, and usually if that kind of action is happening, then out on Steam, Hive, Blurt, things would be going crazy. You know, it'd be a party out there, you know, prices would elevate obviously a bit there, and you know, people would be very generous with their upvotes, and people would be generally in a good mood. And I hadn't been seeing that. I hadn't seen the engagement and stuff, and it's like, where is everybody hanging out? What's kind of going on? And yeah, there is like a lot going on Twitter, you know, and you do have, you know, kind of your crypto Twitter kind of situation. And now that, you know, people are getting kind of payouts and stuff for having premium and having a certain amount of engagement and stuff like that, there is, you know, obviously a lot of activity out there. But I was just like, you know, where is the activity going for kind of more crypto-centric type stuff where you can earn crypto? And I found it. It's arena.social, and I've been on there for 3 or 4 weeks. But, you know, I guess, so they launched stages a few weeks ago where you can kind of click in. It's, you know, you're hearing everybody talk, you know, kind of like a radio or a podcast kind of thing. And it's like spaces or whatever, you know, kind of on Twitter or whatever. So same thing, you know, it's stages, but they have the ability to tip within there. And I hadn't went in there before, and the guy who actually signed me up, that I clicked on his referral kind of thing, and I saw him on Blurt, and we were connected on Blurt and on Twitter. His handle's like Mr. 430. So anyway, I clicked through there, and you know, I'd signed up and I'd been putting up posts and stuff like that, but I was still kind of figuring out what was going on with that. But then he posted on Twitter that, you know, he posted a screenshot of his wallet, and he had made a considerable amount just in the last 3 days being on the stages and kind of interacting. And he had mentioned that before, but then it kind of became more real when he posted that. And then actually the CEO or one of the founders of Arena, you know, retweeted that or whatever. So anyway, I jumped on there, and I guess in the last 3 weeks, there's been $300,000 worth of tips that have been distributed through people that have been in the stages. And sometimes you can just jump in there and listen, and then just tips are just raining down, raining down. Memes like No Chill, Cockinu, and then also the Arena token, and then sometimes AVAX, just straight AVAX. You'll get hit with that, and then people can buy and sell your ticket. So it's like basically they're kind of investing in your account if they think that you're going to be super active and stuff like that. So there's been about 4 or 5 people that have bought my ticket, and in the last 2 days I've been a lot more active on there. So I'm feeling my way out, and honestly there was a lot of alpha there because I got in some of the groups, and we just started talking about just general crypto, in general, and where the market's at and what we think, where it's going to go and stuff like that. And it was really good information, and a lot of people were kind of on the same page with what I was thinking. Some people had different ideas and stuff like that, but it was good to hear from everybody. That being said, I think it's worth your time to get on arena.social because I've seen this stuff happen before. Arena.social has the same feel as what Steemit did in 2017. Has Steemit 2017 vibes, where it was definitely a party. Everybody was getting really excited. And if you're in those, if you're in those stages, and you'll just see kind of people pop up, and they're popping on there for the first time, and maybe they came over from Twitter and they have 50,000 followers. So there are people with considerable amount of following over on Twitter that are coming over because they keep seeing everybody saying, hey, I'm making all this money, I'm making this crypto over there. So anyway, it's definitely worth checking out. And I can see this is right at the precipice that it's going to hit this tipping point. And right now I would say, let's just say there's the person with the most following has 63,000 followers on Arena. So let's just pretend there's 100,000 people on the Arena. I can see this quickly going to 2 million people on Arena real quick, because once some of the stuff kind of goes viral, it hits a tipping point, and then sort of just, it just spreads like wildfire. So anyway, I can just see it's right there at that point. You're going to want to get on there now. And, I wish I knew kind of what was all going on the stages 3 weeks ago. I just, again, sometimes it's hard to get your bearing and stuff like that. So anyway, that's a bit of alpha there. We are having a pullback in the general market overall. Kind of see how low we go, but this is actually a good opportunity to catch a bounce, because if Solana was getting close to $200, if it goes under $200, for instance, you got to figure that there's going to be a corrective bounce, and you could probably pick up a decent percentage just on this bounce alone. So anyway, guys, hopefully you're not getting beat up too much in this little pullback. I by no means think it's the end of the cycle or anything like that. I think we got a ways to go, and like I said previously, I'm looking for Bitcoin to basically get to around 120,000 by March. This is going to kind of happen March timeframe. And oddly enough, one of the stages that I was on, it was like there was 3 or 4 other guys. When I said that, I was like, I think Bitcoin's going to go to about 120,000. And they said, yeah, I think it's going to go to 120,000 too. And it wasn't like they were just chiming in. We were saying all kinds of stuff that crypto related these guys knew. So I thought that was interesting that they were kind of on the same page with some of that. So anyway, for whatever it's worth, there are people, and some of the people are doing a little bit different stuff. Obviously, there's a strong AVAX, Avalanche community on Arena. So some of the people are more kind of entrenched in the Avalanche community. So it is interesting to see what's all going on in that chain. Because to tell you the truth, I mean, a year ago I bought Cockinu and MicroCock, and started playing around with it, but the fees were real high a year ago. Now the fees have went way down, and I think they've done kind of few iterations, and they try to improve the chain and lower the fees and stuff like that. So that being said, we'll see what AVAX is capable of, and we will see what this arena.social. Oh, they got funding too. I wanted to mention that. So there was this like $40 million thing where the money was distributed to several different projects, and I think the arena got a couple million. So they at least have a little bit of runway to build and try to expand and get people involved and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, leave a comment below, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and follow me on all social media at Brian Phobos, YouTube, Instagram, Steam, Twitter, Hive, DTube, Blurt, Arena. See you guys.